All right, it's time. High Priest of Distortion time. Let's give Marzi a call and see what that bad motherfucker's been up to. Marzi.
Yes.
What's going on, brother?
Jeff, it's you?
It's me.
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm good, dude. How are you?
I'm okay, dude. How are you? How's your health?
It's getting better, brother. It's getting better. Thanks for asking.
Okay, well, getting better is better than not good.
Yeah.
It takes time, dude. You know what I do? I got an illness and shit like that. I learn from it, you know? Just embrace the bad with the good, you know? Just learn from it, and you're here talking to me, so that's a positive thing.
It could be worse, right, brother?
It could be worse, man. It could be worse. How are you?
I'm very
Other than everything else.
Other than everything else, I'm great. How about you?
Yeah, man, you're just practicing, getting after it, doing good, staying busy, very busy.
Yeah. Chomping at the bit?
I'm always chomping at the bit.
I know, bro. I know.
How's the reception? Are you catching me clear?
Yeah.
Good.
Everything good there on your end?
Oh, yeah, man. I hear you perfect.
Cool. You know, it's been a while, Marzi, since you've been on air and we talked to you, man. And Johnny Winter has passed away a couple months ago. And I haven't talked to you about it, man. I know that you rocked that bird. I wondered how much of a influence Johnny was on you.
Man, first and foremost, thank you for bringing that up. And I got to tell you that, in my humble opinion, the two badass guitar players that I absolutely left, and it's a certain type of mark that it can't be replaced ever. It's like a rose, you know. It's a rose. That's what it is. Or a sunflower is a sunflower. Then you got fake plastic-looking things that you buy at the store, which would be like, you know, most music out today. Johnny Winter and Stevie Ray Vaughan were the greatest blues musicians, man. Two of the greatest blues musicians ever. But in my like I said, in my opinion, the greatest, because, man, not only did they just keep absolute foot in tradition and give honor to it, but they played with absolute fierce fire and just absolute, you know, reckless abandon about their playing. They were played with so much fire, so much passion and energy within every note. And each one had his own style, and they both influenced me in a major way. His passing was sad for me, due to the fact that, you know, I mean, life, you know, it's just this life, but I wanted to see him, man. I didn't care if he was sitting down in a chair or whatnot, man. I wanted to see him. I wanted to see that soul play guitar, and he was playing till the very end of it, you know. Yeah, I wanted to see him, and unfortunately I didn't get to see him. I saw Stevie Ray about 8 times in my life, which was just you know, which was completely, it shaped me as I was growing. Watching him, like, up close to, man, not like from far back. Watching him, watching Eric Johnson. I watched Eric Johnson about 50, 60 times before that cat even put out the first record. All these guys are Texas cats. So, yeah, man, it's a big loss for the musical community, because one of the last ones, man, a true pioneer, is gone and left us. But you know, the bird, he's responsible for it, and it was Johnny Winter and then Frank Marino that I saw playing Firebirds. It wasn't really till I grabbed the Firebird in my hand, and then actually it was the sound of this thing. It was in between a Stratocaster and a Les Paul. It wasn't fat at all, but it wasn't too thin at all. It was spanky. It had a lot of mid-range, and it just jumped out. And for me, you know, I liked it. I got the brown sound, like Eddie says, out of it. So thanks for bringing them up, man. And I got to say, rest in peace, Johnny Winter.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And I thought that would be cool, man, because I know you rock that bird, and you're going to be the one that carries the bird on now, man, my friend.
Oh, man, and I will do it justice. I mean, I have a band, Heaviest Texas, which is more blues-driven, you know, and that band, the bird definitely gets featured a lot more than just, like, you know, let's say just extreme metal.
Right.
It's a versatile instrument. I mean, since we're on the topic of it, man, I guess it wouldn't be a bad time to tell you that I've been working with Washburn Parallax Guitars in conversation for a good bit now about putting out a signature series, USA-made Marzi Firebird. And as of a couple of days ago, that ball has been completely rolling. It's an affirmative. We don't know exactly when it's going to happen because I'm like making pencil sketches right now with arrows pointing, you know. And so, but the ball is rolling, and we are going to have a couple of birds available, man. A stock bird with some interesting things on it, and another one with a Floyd Rose on it, you know, hunt bird. So, on the topic of birds, I'm going to keep it alive, man, for the new generation, the body style.
Yeah. Get it out to the masses. I'm going to have to get one, man.
Oh, yeah, and there's going to be
Marzi
2 kinds
custom
available. Yeah, man, it's going to be the USA available, and then always, you know, going to get the ones not overseas, the more affordable ones. And I'm at a point to make sure that the affordable ones, we're going to give the USA ones a run for their money. So nobody's going to get gypped, I'll tell you that.
Right.
Not going to get a piece of plywood or nothing like that. It's going to be affordable. It's going to be a fine instrument, man. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. It's got a master volume in a different spot. A switch, Floyd Rose. It's set up different, and it plays really killer. It will once it's out. I got a prototype here I'm working on, and this sucker plays killer, man. A black one. It's killer.
It has nothing to do with the player, right, Marzi?
What's that?
I said it has nothing to do with you being a complete badass, does it?
Man, I don't think if anybody would play his guitar as much as I sit there and play it, man, you know, you're bound to get decent at it.
You're bound to get decent.
Just, you know, I'm so floored by, you know, the company I keep with some of my friends, man, like my Swedish brothers, like Ole England, fine gentleman. He plays in Fear and The Haunted. They got an album out. He's on like a clinic tour. That dude is such a badass. And then Per Nilsson, he's like, I call him the Eric Johnson of Sweden. That dude is a monster, man. He's a monster. They came out to our, to our Stockholm show, and man, Per gave me his DVD, and I need one of these nights. I need to sit there and just open it up, and you know, once you start learning stuff, it's never ending, brother. It's never ending. It's just a sea of melodies and notes and rhythms out there that have not been touched. And it's good to go searching after it, you know?
Right.
For a long time growing up, I'm self-taught. So I would always tell, you know, I told my girlfriend, like, check this out, I came up with this. I'd go to the band practice, man, I got what I came up with. And, you know, I still may do it, but, you know, in honesty, man, I ain't come up with nothing. I didn't come up with nothing. It's already there in the universe, and I'm just stumbling on it by, you know, a rhythmic pattern or a melody, you know, because it's existent. It's in the universe. The notes are there. I'm just stumbling on it. And when I stumble on it, man, you know, you know it. Something inside of you clicks, and you capture it, and you record it on your phone, you record it, whatever, you take it to band practice. But that part of life, man, for me, is like discovery, and it's like purification. You know, you discover these things through practice, pushing the envelope, and then, you know, it rewards you by, you know, giving you a riff or a lyric or a melody or whatever it may be, a drum pattern, whatever it may be, whatever to ignite an idea for a song. Which is what I do. I don't fight, don't have a gun in my hand. I got a guitar, and that's basically, I've devoted my life into doing it. But I practice in part of it, and Jeff, I got to say, it's a big part of my life. I mean, it's almost, when I would say almost, it's addicting to me. if you have the urge to smoke cigarettes or have the urge to do something, I can't leave the crib, man, for long before having to have my fingers attack some strings, man. Like I had to put them on, you know. It's
right.
I get that urge. You know?
And dude, you're up at the crack of dawn, Marzi, playing guitar, aren't you?
What's that, brother?
I said you're up at the crack of dawn playing guitar. You're practicing.
Yeah. You know, I call it practicing. It's just more like, you know, I do practice certain things that I'm very weak and not good at always, and then like sit there and I do those in repetition. But the rest of the time, man, I just play. I just watch myself sometimes play after a while, after I warm up. I kind of just watch it, see what's going to happen and like move around. So I don't think anymore almost over it. I kind of watch what happens, and like I said, if I stumble onto something, a lot of times I do, most times I do, almost every day, I record some kind of riff. It makes you realize how much more there is out there, you know? And it makes you just want to do it more and more and more and more because time is short. And it's just gratifying, man. I love it. It's like, for me, it's like having sex or something.
Right.
It's like, no, I don't want to stop, man. Just keep on going. 8-hour session, right on.
Right on. Marzi, now everybody knows that you've been playing with Philip and the Illegals, but people might not be hip to this Heaviest Texas thing you got going on, man. Why don't you get everybody up to speed real quick?
I sure will. Miss Philip, with his enormity, we're still underground. The Illegals are completely an underground band. And I would say I'm below underground with Heaviest Texas. We're completely unknown. I do have, and then as unknown as the band is, I got some musicians I'm going to be working with that I'm absolutely happy about, man. And like I said, as low key as we actually are, no one knows about us. I still can't mention it on the air now. You'd be the first one to know, my brother, when the time comes. But I'm probably going to debut this band at the Housecore Horror Film Festival.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm most certainly probably going to do that. It's a different lineup, and the one that I just had, and we played Ride for Dime in Fort Worth. That, which to me was a killer show. That lineup was different, and those guys slayed. This one is going to be different. I'm not comparing the two together. I love both companies. This one's going to be different. I'm going to use this one for the Housecore Horror Film Festival. I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Looking forward to seeing, I hadn't talked to Philip or seen him in a long time. I saw Blue. He came out to see us, and the guys in War Beast. They came out to the, Ride for Dime in Fort Worth, which was wonderful to see them. I haven't seen Philip, though. And he's been down overseas and whatnot, comes back, and I think we just see each other maybe just a couple of days. And then I think he takes off again with Town Man, going out with Black Label Society. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, which is going on all the way to next year, I'm going to rehearse with these cats to play at the Housecore Horror Film Festival. But the intention truly is to put out a record. And the ultimate goal, the main goal right now is that I will 100% put out a new CD. It might be called Heaviest Texas. I might just call it Marzi. I'm not sure right now. The bass player, the new bass player was suggesting, vocalist was suggesting that we call it Marzi. I may or may not, man. Regardless of what it may be called, I'm really looking forward to doing it. I got about 24 songs, and I'm combing and fine-tuning all of them, and then going to grab either an album's worth or an EP's worth. I'm not sure. There's acoustic stuff there, brother. There's a lot of twang. There's a lot of blues, and then there's tremendous amount of heavy grooves in there. Now, I'm not going to take away from that. There's a lot of heaviness in there. There's a lot of guitar playing on there. Not like a Steve Vai record or anything like that, but there's the guitars up front, more on the, more so than it was on the Illegals records. Guitars are up front. You can hear them real loud and clear, and then there's a lot of different varieties, touching down with the roots, man, the blues. Mainly that, and then my own little version of it.
And these
you there, my friend?
Yeah. Man, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I told
you. Some people call me Marzi. Some people call me the High Distortion Priest. Some people call me the Gangster of Love.
I was just going to ask you, brother.
I'm the Space Cowboy.
Yeah, space. I told everybody we was going to space, man. We just started the rocket ship going, man.
Oh, man. Because, dads would clearly take you to space.
Without a doubt. How's Moose doing,
and
by the way?
And that's where I'm at. I'm sorry?
How's Moose doing, by the way?
Moose is my friend Terry Lawwell, owns this Lawwell Motorsports, man. This cat is one of the coolest guys I know. And Moose is a security dog at Terry's shop. I think Moose is still in space, man. Yep. I don't think he's come back yet. Yeah, they've had to hire a new security dog.
Right.
And I'm talking dog, like the animal.
Marzi, I got to ask you, man. It came out probably about a week and a half ago that also at the Housecore Horror Fest that Philip is putting Superjoint back together for just the fest. Are you going to have anything to do with that?
Man, not that I know of, man. But not that I know of. But I mean, I'm not that I know, but I'm on the reserves in case they need me. And I think Philip and I have discussed that in the past. But it's not my gig. It used to be. Kevin Bond does it. Kevin Bond, Kevin used to play bass when I played guitar in Superjoint. Me and Jimmy played guitar. Kevin played bass. When I had my exit through the band, Kevin went on guitar, and Kevin killed it, just killed it. He's one of my greatest friends, man. I love Kevin Bond to death. Jimmy, too, man. Everybody in that band. Hank, God, I have tremendous amount of respect and love for Hank. And, Phil's my brother, man. Phil's always been my brother. I love him like a brother. Yes. I'm looking forward to it. That was my Phil saying yes.
Yeah, it'll definitely be cool for that, and Rigor Mortis to catch them down there too with the new album coming out.
I know, yeah. I have to see the lineups, man. Even though I said I love those guys, I don't know who actually if Kevin's playing or who's playing in Superjoint. I know that Philip and Jimmy are going to do it. I'm so looking forward to that. And Rigor Mortis, same thing, man. I'm so looking forward to it, man. God, I'm so looking forward to that. Housecore Horror Film Festival's first year, man, I mean, was a ginormous surprise, man. If you had attended it, you would go, what the hell, man? It was just like perfect. The vibe was absolutely awesome. The love was great. There was some movies going on, this, that, great bands. It didn't feel like the first one. So this one, man, it's going to be a party, man, I'm telling you. I don't know if you saw me set that dude on fire last time.
Yeah.
Man, I'm about to set him on fire all over again, man.
Hey, you light his motherfucking fire!
We're doing, speaking of fire, there's my friend Josh Vargas, a filmmaker in Houston. He's doing a movie. We're all in it. The Illegals are going to do cameo in it. And I think I'm shooting a guitar dude that's got a flamethrower on it. It's a zombie hair movie, blah, 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 blah. I can't say too much about it. I probably
Is it
already
called Vulture Dogs?
Vulture Dogs. Oh man, that's Vulture Dog is a documentary on A&E that's going to come out, especially in the last 3/4 of Steve Taylor's life. The Adventures of Vulture Dog, featuring Blue.
Featuring Blue with his pre-lunch.
Oh man, he's the pre-king, man. We get the pre-breakfast, pre-lunch, pre-snack,
right.
pre-dinner.
Yeah, he was telling me all about it, man.
Oh man, he's awesome. He's the pre-king, man. He never leaves you hanging. We'll go to practice. We'll play. So all right, man. Let's play Battalion Zero. We'll go. All right, man. Let's take a break. Let's go get a snack. I'm exaggerating. It's not like that. We eat well, though, man. We eat good.
Are you guys, are the Illegals, are you guys getting together on your own and keeping that machine well oiled? Or?
Oh, man, our schedules are not allowing us to, man. I would love to jam with Steven Blue. I really would. I know Steven's got his own band thing going on in Houston. He's kicked off. You know, everything he does is always killer. And Blue's got War Beast, and they've been really busy. So I've been looking at his schedule, and it's just like they're constantly got gigs here and there. My man Blue, man, he's going to help out Sheldon, Hank, the third. He's going to go on a run with him. I'm really happy for Blue for that. Sheldon is one of the greatest out there, man. Working dudes, just a great guy. His performances, his concerts are genuine, true to the heart. And if you ain't never seen him, man, I'll tell you, you get that Hellbilly and Hell Betty action going on. And that's it. So with all that going on, Jeff, the Illegals have been MIA. I hope to get together with them soon, hopefully as soon as maybe next year, early as next year, when Phil gets back, and we can do a little writing session.
Right.
God knows I got riffs for the Illegals.
Are you sitting on a gang of shit, Marzi?
I'm sitting on riffs, man, that are illegalish. You know what I mean? And they're
right.
psychotic and rhythmic and this and that, and it fits their style. And then for Heaviest Texas, it's just something completely different. Again, it's rhythmic and it's heavy, and it grooves. The Illegals are anti-groove. So it's like, you know, it's like on the cusp of chaos. I love it. I love it. Music should be that way, man. Music should be, you know, and I'm so fortunate to be able to do both things because I can play acoustic with Heaviest Texas and get bluesy and just go real slow and play real beautiful and pretty, and then it's all chaotic and ugliness and some beautiful parts, a lot of different sounding landscapes. Man, you know, sometimes when you come down from space, man, you hit some rough ups.
Yep.
Dabs
drops you off hard.
Yeah, man.
Marzi, where can everybody go to find out about Heaviest Texas, man, if they want to find out some more stuff?
Man, I would love everyone to go visit my brand new website, MarziMontazeri.com, and through there, you can go on all the other sites. Now, Heaviest Texas, you can find on Facebook, /Heaviest Texas. You can find me, /Marzi Army. You can find all of our illegal boys, Steven Taylor, Blue. I think a few people know about my singer, Phil. You can find him on there, too. He's got a couple fans. And that's we talk about underground. You know, you look at us, and me and Blue and Steven, man, we're like minnows in the community. But the love that we actually have had received through our 3 tours and friends that we have made, like yourself, man, I'm telling you, it's made life a lot better. It's made life a lot better, man. The knowing that, you know, fans, like-minded folks like you are out there, and the love is strong. The metal community, there's nothing like it. The love for it, there's nothing like it. I mean, what else is there, man? I mean, I'm sorry, man. I love music, okay? Any kind of traditional type of music, I love. But when you start making it into like Jerry Springer, WWF, kind of like Walmart mentality kind of audience, when you go for it, just kind of, it's cheap, man. It's cheap. No matter how fancy your record sounds, no matter what genre you're sounding on it, it sounds cheap, man. The hip-hop community and, you know, basically most of what they do in the pop genre, even country music, the popular status of it all, and about a rock and all this indie rock and all the subgenres of rock. Anything rock, to me, now is just almost horrible, man. I mean, without soul, it all sounds pristine and clean and wonderful, too. Like it has a good quality sound, but there has no substance, anything out there that I listen to. And it's almost, not almost, it's just insulting. It's insulting. It's like a commercial. You can't tell what's what, you know? It's more than that. The television on it was like, on NBC, some young girl was out there singing. I was like, oh, this little fucking girl, man. I mean, she sounds like every fucking body else out there. And then there's the dude. He jumped out in our third song, did his little rap, and then he jumped off. I was like, man, brainwashing, man.
Right.
Total brainwashing. People expect it. So when it comes out there, you know, I say, be insulted by it, man. Boycott that shit. You know? Boycott sugar and carbs and bad carbs. I'm serious. Boycott it. You know, if anybody wants to do anything, boycott shit, man. You want to, like, this fucking ice water challenge bullshit? Right. You want to do all this stuff, man? I challenge everybody to do one thing. I challenge everyone in this planet to be themselves.
The Marzi challenge.
How about that? How about that? How about everybody be themselves for once instead of pretending to be something else and following somebody else's path? You know what they say, you know, you follow the herd. Watch out, man. You're going to step in a lot of what they leave behind. And you know what that means? You're going to be stepping in shit. So I say this other quote. Follow whatever rhythm you hear, man. No matter how far it is, no matter how distant. As long as you hear it in your heart, follow that beat. Follow that path. And be yourself. Be yourself. And instead of pretending and doing all this other stuff, just like a wave of social media, it just blows me away how fast and how quickly everybody can respond to such things and give so many millions and millions and millions of dollars, and not even one person ask, hey, where is this money really going? And when you go to find out, only 7% of it, 7% of it goes for research. Tell me where else the rest of it goes. Tell me how much the guys are making. Like, how, you know what I mean? And let me tell you, it's all dirty, brother. Nobody talks about hemp. Nobody talks about hemp oil. You know, Phoenix Tears, cures cancer. Nobody wants that because you're fucking with people's money at that point. And when you go, you know, I've always said it, man, love or greed in this life that you and I walk on this planet, breathing the same air and drinking the same water as thousands of years before us. But now we got what cars people used to have. It doesn't matter. Same thing, man. You feel what I'm saying to you?
Yep. Absolutely.
We are the same. We are the same, man. So we should not succumb to some kind of lower power. And the world is so fucking full of it now. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. You know, it's sad. I see that infiltration of the social media making people more racist, you know, getting them further and further away from the absolute truth, where there's massacres being done all across the world, and the people dump ice water on themselves and not even question what's going on. It's like, man, you need to find out the root of the matter in life, no matter what you do. If you're going to lend somebody money, if you're going to do this and that, man, you just can't say to yourself or lie to yourself because the mind is the biggest magician there ever was. You can't, like, in your mind think you're doing something good. If that person went and got it done with that money and shot somebody, you took part in that. Right. So it's good for you to follow through with things and know what's going on as far as you can. And if you can't, then don't contribute, man. If you're unsure about anything, you know, the only thing I'm sure about, brother, is that I am.
Myself, right.
And I can't tell you anything else. I can't tell you anything more or less. And, you know, the will that's inside of me, not this person that's talking to you, and this brain, you know, the thing, the energy field that's inside of me that wants to live. The real one, the thing that has no name, you know, that thing that opens my eyes up in the morning and listens to the things I listen to, sees the things that I see, that thing that wants to live. I try to tend to that, and the more I tend to it, the more and more I get away from this selfish mentality, and I give away more of myself. And it's all love. And I give it away with love. And if it's being guitar clinics that are coming up for Randall and Washburn, if it's meeting people before the show, if it's meeting somebody on the street that knows me, man, it's all about love, man. It's all about love and paying it forward. I got no damn kind of pretentious ego to hide behind. I really don't. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I don't know nothing, and I'm nothing. I'm just trying to give it forward, and I work my damn ass off during the day and night trying to do that.
And that's why it comes back to you, Marzi, and that's why people recognize you're playing, and more importantly, as a person, brother. You know, all of you guys.
That's the biggest appreciated point there is. You know, not that I go pat myself on the back, but it makes me smile because people recognize it. people that recognize the walk-through exits and all the EPs, the 2 EPs that we put out, the body of work that we put out, and it's different, man. Just the fact that how different it was, and it was welcome, and I applaud those people, man, that had an open ear to not expect which is Pantera. Rest in peace, the greatest metal guitar player that ever lived, bar none. Dimebag Darrell. You know, we can't do that. You know, we can't go back and do that. We're not a cover band. You know, there's a band called Cowboys from El Paso. Go look at them if you want to listen to Pantera. They're better. You know, they sound like Pantera.
That's right.
We wanted to do something different. So for those people that were open-minded to it, I welcome them, man, because we are in a new era. We need to move forward. There's still notes to be captured. There's still rhythms out there. There's still uncharted territory musically. And only way to find it through purification is through practice and hard work. And, man, it shows itself to you after a while. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It starts to appear. And it's my job and it's Philip's job and Stephen Blue's to capture it. And do our sophomore attempt, which I'm really pumped about it, man. Really pumped about it. Kind of have an idea in a couple of songs, but, man, you know, you never know what Philip's got up his sleeve. You never know. Lyrically, he's very surprising and very exciting at the same time.
And you guys are going to have much more of a input music-wise this time around, right?
I would hope so, man. I had an enormous amount of input the first time around. Philip had the skeleton of him. You know, from the first song to the last song, I put my touch on it, and none of that was written pre-hand or thought of. So I shaped the sound of the record.
And it's
and
more
added
so this
parts
time.
too. You know, certain songs are dead written. You know, the don't bum pow bum 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 pow, right, and little parts like that, and the epic ending of Irrelevant Laws and Computer Screens.
Right. Marzi, in Bedridden, I'm going to tell you something, dude, and this was probably what set my downward spiral of health. I was trying to air guitar your parts in Bedridden, and it caused carpal tunnel, and I think that threw everything inside me off, man.
That song, it's magic, I got to say. It comes from the main riff, which is just this, what do you call it, crazy jazz? You know, Philip's freaking crazy ass, and the percussive of my right hand, and then doing that, I think that's what made that song kind of like jump out. It comes out live, and you know, on the same trend, I have some new riffs that kind of fall in the same category as Bedridden, but nothing at all like Bedridden. It just kind of gives you any idea, but not super percussive and extremely fast. Not for the sake of being fast, but it's just like this one part I have that's super percussive and super fast, and I think we'll be using that on the next record too.
And that's the thing, you guys on Walkthrough Exits only, there was nothing done for the sake of doing it, man. Like, it wasn't fast to be fast, or there wasn't a blast beat for the sake of a blast beat, man. It was it's what came out, man, and that's what. And real recognizes real, man. And it's still, Marzi, I still hear different shit when I listen to that record, man. I'm still hearing new stuff and loving it.
Ear candy. I think Philip had mentioned it before, and I had mentioned it prior to even its release. Philip said that it wasn't an easy lesson, and I had mentioned that it was something that it was going to unfold itself on you, you know, and the more it went, it was going to just like show itself to you more and more. And as you say, over a year later, when you listen to it, there's little intricacies and little noises you pick up here and there. Harmony guitars that were like, on Battalion, I think. Yeah, on Battalion, in the midsection, there's like a 8-part harmony guitar going on from speaker to speaker, and it's very, very, very faint, and you really got to either have headphones or be in a quiet space to pick it up. But it's there, man. It's there. It's definitely there. And that's what's interesting about it. It's not in your face. You kind of got to search for it, and that kind of comes through time, and times with, again, being robbed from the kids, man. Everybody wants like that boom, money shot.
Yep.
But this is like a lesson that grows on you.
And it
definitely is a lesson that grows on you.
Hell yeah. And I'm going to, before we go any further, man, I'm going to tell you this because it's been going around. I've been seeing a lot of stuff, and I'm sure you guys all see it too, man, about like, oh, Zakk Wylde's going to play guitar, and they're going to do a Pantera reunion show, and they're going to do this and that. And I'm going to tell you, the two people, if that were to be done, I'm going to tell you, Marzi, the two people that play guitar that could pull that gig off and would pull it off unselfishly, if that makes it any sense. You and Rich Ward. Because I think you guys are two hell of guitar players, and I don't think that you're going to try to upstage Dime or whatever, and you would pay tribute and respect it. If any two were going to do it, I think you two guys would be the guys that could do it. And if I had to vote, I'm throwing my name in your hat.
And I'm honored for you to even mention me in that. Yeah, there would not definitely be no upstaging Dimebag ever, and it would definitely, if anyone ever stepped in those, there is no stepping in those shoes either. There's just a tribute door of respect, of tremendous amount of respect, and whoever wants to do it have to do it with absolute, just complete love and respect. Dimebag. Everyone knows Dimebag because, of Pantera fame and blah, 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 all this stuff, and how he was murdered. I knew Dimebag in a different way, man. That dude was my buddy, man. He was a funny guy, He was an extremely funny person. He was, like, very creative, and, man, I saw my friend Rick Del Castillo the other day. Him and his brother, Mark, they play in a flamenco Spanish rock band. And back in the day, Rick used to be in a rock band called Akasha. And we were all young, man. And we were just talking to him. I was talking to him the other day. They got me on stage and was like, man, remember when we were younger, we would trade tapes, me, you, and Dimebag? And, like, I would give them, like, I'd go give them 2 cassettes, of my stuff. And they had, like, delay and volume swells and chimes, all this shit, jazzy shit on it. Rick would have some, all this crazy guitar stuff. And Dimebag would give us these songs, man, that were like, one of them was called Cow Winch from Hell. Dude, he would give us comedy. And, dude, God, Rings Don't Stop Me is the name of another song. Wild Thing, you remember the song Wild Thing?
Yes.
It was a rap song. He dogged that dude for ripping off Alex Van Halen, and he did his own version of it. Dude, I'm telling you, man, just naming these titles. And anyways, Dimebag would do that, so above and beyond anything, man, I have so, such love for him, man, still to this day. For me, he's not gone, he's still in my heart. Physically, he's not here, man, and the reason he's not here is because of sociopath society we live in, man. It's fucking psycho, sick motherfuckers, and there's plenty of them out there.
Piece of shit,
man, most of them are running the world, man.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Man, time for a revolution.
You know what, Marzi? Everybody got balls online to say shit like that, but nobody got a hair on their ass to do anything when push comes to shove, man.
I agree with you because we're all living we're all a bunch of pigs that are consumers that just, again, like I said, you got to boycott, man. And it's convenient for you. Don't go to McDonald's. Don't drink soda pops, man. This shit's bad for you, man. It's straight up poison, man. It gives you heart disease. It gives you blood disease. It gives you cancer. I mean, it's straight up. It's a cavity. You can think to yourself, how could they get to you? There's plenty of bad drugs around, man, that ruin people's lives. Let me tell you, man, sugar and bad carbs and all this fake-ass food that we eat, they only resemble food. They're not even real food. And, you pay your money, you get sick, then you pay your money to get well, then you end up, your family pays money to put you 6 feet under.
Right.
So it's a scam, You don't have people in chains shackled up and saying, hey, is it slaves? The slaves nowadays, my friend, are running around, walking around, and it's in a different shape and a different form. And that's crazy to me how, marijuana is being legalized And, you know, like the corporations are going to come in, and the same dudes are running the planet, and they're going to make money, and then they probably were making the money from incarcerating young kids, man, and jailing them for you know, the same thing.
Yep.
Sick society.
It's disgusting, and they won't do nothing with it because there's no money in the cure, Marzi. They get you on the comeback. That's all they are, is a bunch of fucking dirty drug dealers. And
we need to underground it, man. I got you. You got me. I said it right now. I won't cross a certain path, but I will tell you that I'm hit with a certain illness, and I was turned on to Rick Simpson, and he's a doctor that was run out of this country that does this thing called Phoenix Tears, which is basically hemp oil made out of cannabis, made out of indica only. And when you do it, and they show it to you, man. I mean, you can go research it online. This thing goes and kills cancer cells. It goes and battles it. It goes, and there's been people that have been terminal that have come back around, man. And I've lost too many friends, man, to this thing. And if there's an option, you know, if this is an option, it should be considered, and people should do it, man, because a lot of loved ones are being passed. You know, they're losing their lives, man. I've had, you know, the young man Peyton, who got on stage with us on our very first show and our very first concert, man. Like the dude got on stage and absolutely tore it up, man. He tore it up. I swear, I mean, dude, he got the guitar, and you know, I mean, I've been doing this all my life, and this dude gets up there, and like he just ruled, like he didn't look nervous or nothing, man. He just got after it, like autopilot, like something took over him. After that, I befriended him, you know, we stayed in touch, and I saw him actually, some videos of him playing guitar, man. The kid was awesome. You know, he had a great future in hand, but he fell victim to an illness, man. He got him, and it's so sad, and I feel for his parents and his friends, all of us, man. It was a hard one to take because he's such a fine young man, you know. And then there's a lot more kids out there like Peyton, you know. And I want to reach out to him and tell him, man, I love you all, and I want you to get well. I want all of you, anyone. You know, I'm always, you know, people say prayer. Call it whatever you want, man. Call it meditation. You know what I do? I focus and I think really hard. And if I want something, I focus on it. You know, when my dad passed, I focus on for his journey and past him. You know, I don't even have a clue what the afterlife is. I mean, I had nothing, dude. But I focused for it, you know. And I did the same thing for Peyton, for people in the world that are suffering, hurting. Got to put your energy out there in a positive way, man. And get out of yourself. Stop wanting some menial fucking bullshit, and get out of yourself and think about your brother. Think about your sister, you know? Not the ones that are your blood, because we're all brothers and sisters. Get that attitude, get it under your belt. Practice it, man. Get some patience on you, and you'll see revolution begins there in the self.
That's right, fucking A, man. I agree 100%, brother. We've talked quite a few times, man, and like it always comes down to real recognizes real, man. There's always going to be the sheep, and there's always going to be the followers, but real always recognizes real, man, no matter what.
Yes, sir. And thank you for being one of the real ones.
And you as well. I appreciate that you take the time to talk to me, man. It's an honor and a pleasure, man. You know that, brother.
The honor and pleasure is all mine, man. To be able to be in touch with the metal community with such a fine person such as yourself, it makes the world go around. And, you know, we got fans, man, all across the world. We have fans come from India and from the crazy places, man, to see us, like when we were on our European tour. So it's just the love, that's what I mean. As it's worldwide. It's just not in America or in Europe. It's just the metal community. It's strong. From the Middle East, man. Oh, you would not believe how strong it is in the Middle East. You don't get to see it because the media here doesn't want you to think people out there even like heavy metal, or people out there even have cars because they want you to think they ride camels and every single one of them is a terrorist. Wrong. It's nothing like that at all. It's nothing like that at all. It's not like I can go to the backwoods of Texas and get some whatever, and then go here. Here's the state of Texas. Here's everybody in the state of Texas. This would be a wrong representation. The hatred and the racism, man, and the all the phobias and all this religious this and that, it needs to vanish, man. And it really, again, man, you say real, recognize as real. I want people to find themselves, man, and quit giving in to all these ideologies that are put out there and just falling victim to it, man. Having these, people are preying on us because they know how the psyche works. There's some intelligent people involved, man. There's a grand scheme going on, It's by design. And the best way to recognize it is to just be yourself and just free yourself of it, man. Don't fall victim to such a hard, especially hateful opinions.
That's right. And it
put it in you through, man. Take a back seat and look at it. There's a lot of brainwashing techniques out there.
That's what I was just saying, man. It's more work, and that's why people don't do it. It's harder to think for yourself and formulate your own opinions and look at things objectively. It's easier to just to have the news tell you what to think or what to believe or who's a bad guy and who's a good guy. It's easier to just let somebody tell you, and that's what the problem is.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you, but I'm a firm believer that the door inside of a self is always open, and if you just take 1 minute to just take a breath and just enter it, it will always receive you. It always welcome you because it is the real you. And just before people's lifetimes over, it would be probably the greatest wish of mine, to recognize who their real self is before before their time is expired. Because you and I are here not on accident, man. This is to me, it's a freaking miracle. Every little bit of it, the fact that I put my hand on this wire that sits on top of the wood, and it goes from electricity, it goes to these random amps and all this stuff, and these sounds come out. I mean, to me, that's like, I know it sounds crazy, like I'm some kind of, a hippie or whatever, but to me, it's still magical, man. It blows me away. And the fact that I'm on a journey to break new ground with it, it even blows me away more, but it gives me a hell of a big responsibility, man. That's why I stay on top of it. That's why I'm not your rock star. I'm never going to be that dick that's going to ignore his fans and ignore his friends, because that's what's got me here is the fans. And I'm going to continue to give it forward to them, man. Till I stop, till my body stops ticking, man, I'm giving it forward. And that's that. That's one thing I can guarantee.
And I know that you're the most humble, down-to-earth dude ever, Marzi. And you're a badass on that bird. You're a fucking beast.
The bird I owe to John Winter, man, rest his soul.
Yes, sir. And to change things up, I know when we were here, we were talking about when you were in Cleveland last summer. We had a Faith No More discussion. Did you see they're back together, man? They're working on new material.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm a fan of all those guys, man, individually. And Mike Patton has to be one of the most creative vocalists out there, because he's more than just a singer. He uses his voice as an instrument. He does the crazy things, man. Mr. Bungle's first record would be a good testimony to that. Excuse me.
Hell yeah.
And everything else he's done since. But so I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, man. Can't wait for a new Illegals record too, bro.
I'm looking forward to that too, man. That's another one that's actually exciting because of what the Illegals have done, and as a music lover and a fan, that one was another one I'm really looking forward to. I really am,
It's gonna be badass.
Growing up, that excitement used to lay in Van Halen, Judas Priest, like Jesus, like Metallica. After Ride the Lightning, it's like, God, what are they going to do next? And what did they do next? Master of Puppets. Come on, So you look forward to the album, man. The body of work that was going to come out from the artists that you like. You're like, what's the album going to look like? What songs are they going to write? And now, all these years have gone by, and you listen to these Van Halen records, every single one of them sounds exactly different from the other. None of them sound alike, but that same animal is breathing fire underneath it. The same dragon, you know, all the way to 1984, man. Every single record they put out was fire.
I agree.
Can you tell I like Eddie Van Halen a little bit?
A little bit, man. A little.
I love Edward, man. He's the fucking king, man. To me, he is the king. Him and Randy Rhoads.
Oh, yeah. You know, but when it's all said and done, Marzi, you're going to be in there with the greatest of all time, man. If people aren't hip to you yet, man, they're going to be. I told you a year and a half ago, it's only a matter of time, dude. You're going to blow up. And when people find out about you, the shit's going to hit the fan.
Yeah, man.
So, Marzi, I appreciate it, man. I'm not going to keep you all night on a Friday night, man. I know it's early. We're young men. We got shit to do, man. We got to hit the town. It's party time.
We need to go to space.
Yeah. We got to get to Cleveland, bro.
Oh, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. You guys had left such a great impression and such love, man. I cannot wait to come back. You know, I've never been so tempted to get a tattoo ever. You know, to Cleveland, man.
Right.
You know, I really can't wait to come back. You guys shut down a shop for us to get so hospitable towards us. The barbecue was awesome, you know. And everybody in the crew's got a freaking tattoo to remember it by, except me.
There's always next time, brother.
I sport the shirt, man, all the time, and people always ask me, where's your tats, man? And I'm like, man, I'm one of those guys, you know. I don't have any tattoos, man.
Right.
None. Zero.
Well, we got time. Like I said, we're young men, man. We got plenty of time.
Yeah, man. If I can play guitar while we're getting it done, then yeah, maybe that.
Hell yeah.
Maybe we can get a tattoo. Yeah, I gotta make. I can't sit down for too long. You know what I mean?
Right. I heard that. And I got a package coming your way too for you and the missus, man. So be on the lookout for that.
Right on, dude. Right on. I appreciate you.
Anytime,
I appreciate
man.
you very much.
And likewise, my brother. And before I let you go, Marzi, give me an updated station ID, brother. You know how the deal goes, man. Your name, throw out Heaviest Texas, The Illegals, whatever you want to do. You're listening to In the Pit Radio, and anything else you want to throw out there, man, about space or Texas or whatever.
You know, man, you got it, my brother. Man, before I go, man, Jeff, before I do the station ID, I got to thank all the fans, man, all the fans once again, all the fans from all over. You look, man. I heard this quote once, man. This guy said, when you look at this planet from space, there is no border lines, man. There's no border lines. We are all of the same thing. But I will go on the limb and I will name, you know, our fans in India, our fans in the Middle East, our Iranian fans, our Japanese fans, our South American fans, all the metal fans, all over the European fans that we just befriended all. I love you, man. I love every single one of you. I admire you. I admire you for loving metal, and because of it, I know we belong somewhere different on this planet, and it's a sacred place. I'm happy to share it with you, and I hope to share it with you live soon. I don't care what part of it may be, either with my band or with Philip. You know, I'm looking forward to it. I love everybody. And I want to say this is Marzi Montazeri of Philip H. Anselmo and The Illegals and Heaviest Texas, and you are listening to In the Pit Radio, motherfucker.
Marzi, you the man, brother. I love you. Much respect. Thank you very much. You know you're welcome on any time. And I got a package coming out your way, man, and I'll talk to you soon, my brother. Be good.
The loves meet you. Mutual. And like that, brother. The love is Michi. He plays for fucking the Saints.
Right.
I love you, man. Y'all be good, man. Have a good night. Have a killer weekend. Y'all be safe.
You too, Marzi. Be good, brother.
Later.
Later.